Hello, my beautiful friends. Okay, so going on with Believe this week, it's been a very strong oil for me this week, and just the energy of that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how every single thing that happens to us, there's different views that you can have from it. And how you choose to view or see something, your perception of whatever is going on, will absolutely dictate what the result is for you, right? And so that's the beautiful thing, is because we all get to create exactly what we want. And it might not come in the way that we are expecting it, because everybody knows that the best way to make God laugh is to plan, right? Because everything happens in its own flow and timing. So this week has been a big one for me, and I'll just share a story. So we have this amazing ability to choose what is right for us and for our family, right? And, things have happened in the world. Everything is shifting. Everybody's feelings on, people's different choices, as always. It fluctuates. And so something happened yesterday in our state where that choice has been removed for so many of us. And so many are like, okay, that's it. I'm moving. We're not staying here, blah, 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 right? Like, they're seeing that side of things. And then there's another side that says, okay, well, this store has closed, but there's bound to be good that comes out of this, right? And then so when we're looking for the good, when we're looking to harvest the good in every single situation, even if it's heart-wrenching and it's sad and it's not the way we had envisioned it, then when we're searching out the good, then the good will appear to us, because that is what our focus is on. That is what our attention, that's what our manifesting is creating, right? Because if you know anything, and this may be a huge light bulb to you, but you are a master manifester. You manifest everything that is happening and that you have in your life. You've created this, right? Your mind is so powerful, and all the opportunities that you needed in order to get to the space that you're in, you attracted those, you drew those to you. But if you're not where you want to be, and this isn't you're not okay, some of this is awesome, some of this isn't, right? This isn't my ideal, then just know that you can create whatever that is, right? And if you want to find out more about how to do that, or even to figure out what that bigger picture is, connect with me, because I love dreaming with people. I love to help you clarify those dreams and those goals, and help you to be able to manifest what you want, to be able to create what you want. That's not exactly what this conversation's about. So when we take whatever situation and we choose to harvest the good, right? Okay, the outcome wasn't what I wanted it to be, right? But there is good in everything. It's the law of polarity. There can't be good without bad. There can't be salty without sweet. There can't be up without down. There can't be inside without outside, right? So if I tell you there is absolutely nothing printed on this book, you would say, yeah, I agree. There's nothing on there's nothing on this book, right? Your view is this side. I am looking at, I totally messed that up. So if I tell you there is writing all over this book, okay, this makes more sense now. You'd be like, no, there's absolutely nothing on, like, printed on the book. I'm like, no, there's words and all kinds of things on this book. And you're like, no, there's not. That's your perception, because that's how you're choosing to see this book, right? You're looking at one side. I am looking at the other, right? My perception was completely different from yours. And so when we choose to harvest the good, or to find the good in every situation, you know, whether it was a conversation, maybe you had an argument with someone, right? And it didn't, right? It didn't come out the way you wanted, but there was an aha, right? There's always some golden nuggets in there. Or maybe it was great because you actually stood up for yourself and you spoke out for the first time, right? Like, you were able to, like, step into that power space, right? Even though it wasn't, the outcome wasn't what you wanted it to be, there was good in it, right? So harvest the good and forget the rest, right? Where we put our attention and focus is where that's going to grow for us. And so having these rights and privileges and the freedom of choice to be taken from us yesterday, that stings, and it still stings my heart. But there's so much good, because, like, now there's this really powerful, like, passionate community that is like, heck no, I'm not standing for this. And we're going to bind together and we're going to create something even more powerful, right? And then I guarantee that there's going to be people stepping up to, like, you know, stepping up to go into office to, you know, create the world that we want, right? Because it all begins with us. So when you choose to see something, you know, any situation, any conversation, look for the good, right? Harvest the good. And then where you put your attention and focus, that magnifies, right? Like, you take, like, this big view of, like, the whole situation. Let's bring it back and let's focus on the good, on what we want to create more of, right? And then we can put energy and we can put passion and we can put focus into that, and that can blossom and grow. Like, when we nurture that seed, then it gets energy and it gets life, and then it can take root and then it can blossom. So I'm just curious, like, and we may do this in some things, but it may not be a practice to do this in all things, right? Because otherwise we would all be living the exact life that we love living. So likely we're not making this a constant habit, but just the awareness of looking for the good in every situation, and knowing that you have the power to create, because we are made in the image of the Creator. That's our foundation. That's our soul connection, is to create. And we've created the life that we're living, right? And I look at all the things that I have created, that I have manifested, that I have thought in my mind and then had come to my reality. And that's the world I'm living. And I guarantee you have the same too, even if you don't recognize it, even if you're not seeing it at the moment. If you really take a few minutes to think about it, that's the truth. And so when we really take our mind and learn how to focus more on what we want, and being open to what opportunities come to us, and then taking action on those, that's where the power comes in. And that's where the power really starts rolling. So does that make sense? I hope this makes sense and I'm not just rambling. Because this is a big one. And this was a big aha for me, because for a long time, I just felt like, oh yeah, everything just kind of works out for me, right? Like, I didn't see the connection between what I thought and what was happening, right? I didn't see the connection that I was actually taking action on those downloads, right? On the intuition that I was receiving. And that's why everything was, and I was going for a goal. If you're not going for a goal, then you're going to find yourself just like going around the roundabout. And you're not actually getting anywhere. can't remember what movie I was watching the other day, but the family, like, he could not figure out how to get off the roundabout, and they were on it for like a day. It was pretty funny. So, you know, if you take action and like have this intention to go towards this goal, then all of those opportunities will come, and you end up creating it because you thought it in your mind, and you took that creative power that we have in us, and you received and you took action. So connect with that amazing like power that you have within. And if you would love to like understand this more, or to be able to, you know, clarify what it is that you are creating because what you're living isn't necessarily what you want, then send me a DM. Let's make an appointment, and I would love to have that conversation with you. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. Expect abundance, harvest the good, and let go of the rest. All right, talk to you soon.